What's up, everybody? Welcome back, and today this is going to be me doing a tier list of all of the save room themes. Well, not all of, but for what we've got here. This is what we've got for our save room themes, and we've got some that are a couple of the same game because 6 has got all the scenarios. 4, they've got merchant music and typewriter music. I didn't really know what that meant, but I went with it. And we're starting off here with just getting rid of the ones that I haven't played. And every one that I have played, I'm going to play some save room music behind it so you can hear what the music is while I'm reviewing it. But for these ones, I've never played them, so I didn't see a point in even reviewing them. So I'm just going to throw them down in F. And which one else? There's Zero and Revelations and Umbrella Chronicles, Deadly Silence, and Outbreak. I have played Outbreak a little bit, so actually I'll give it a D. Yeah, because I've played it a little bit, I'll give it a little respect. And next is Dark Side Chronicles. I've played this one a little bit too on the Wii, so I'll give it a little respect as well. I'll give it that D slot, and those will be the only two that are in the D space. So moving on, we've got Resident Evil 1, the original. This one is a classic for sure. I know the music isn't very good, but I mean, I still like it. Every time I hear it, I just think nostalgia, like this is classic, so you cannot go wrong with that. I'm gonna give it a middle of the barrel kind of thing, give it a B. And next we've got Resident Evil 2, the original. This is a S tier save room theme. Every time I hear this, I can't help but have nostalgia. It's the first game I ever played for Resident Evil. How could you not? And next we've got RE3 original. And I have so far only beaten this game I think once in my life, so the music isn't very memorable for me. I don't recall it being that bad though, because I thought it was a good game, so I'll give it the A tier. I know they at least do the music better than the original. Okay, so moving on, we've got Gun Survivor. And same with this one, I've beaten it once, and I know the music is not that good. Kind of relatable to 1. The music was just poorly done back in the day, but it still wasn't bad. Not like I didn't like it. So we'll put it there. And next up, we've got Code Veronica X. Code Veronica X is a classic save room music. It's one of the best, a lot of people say, and I could agree. Okay, next up we've got Resident Evil 1 Remastered. And this one is pretty good. It does better than the original RE1 for music, obviously. And I've beaten it a couple of times, so playing it, it's like, yeah, this is some pretty good music. Everything about it's good. So, with that being said, we'll move on to Dead Aim. Dead Aim, I have not played in a long time. I played it back in the day. It was alright. I think the music, too, is kind of the same outright. And nobody else has got that C spot, so there you go, Dead Aim. Get that one spot there. And next up would be the Resident Evil 4s, both of them. And I didn't know what it meant by Resident Evil 4 merchant music. I'd imagine, I guess, the music that is while you're talking to the merchant. But all I can really remember about the music is just the save room music. That's the main one, so just because of that, I really don't know what to do with this one, but I will put it in the A for now, because it's a good game. Now, if they had Resident Evil 4 all in one category, I'd put it in S tier, like I'm gonna put the typewriter music, because that's the save room theme, and that's where it is. Everyone knows that's the classic one of my favorites. I think that's like the second Resident Evil game I ever played, so very nostalgic. Next up is Resident Evil 5, and if you guys know me, then you know this is one of my favorite, if not maybe even favorite, Resident Evil games. So, I've got to give this a good one. Everything about the game I love, even the music. I know it's not the absolute best, but it still holds a really special place for me, so it deserves that S tier. And next one would be Resident Evil 6, starting with Leon and Helena. And there's a thing about Resident Evil 6, I kinda like it, and it's mainly only because of Leon and Helena and Ada. Those two missions. So, with that being said, Chris and Pierce, C. I really didn't care for Chris or Pierce story too much. It was way too action. And Jake and Sherry, very forgettable for me. They had Tank, which was a weird, shitty tyrant. But Ada I think was possibly my favorite mission to play in the campaign for all four of them. But I know I really liked fighting Simmons and T-Rex dinosaur Simmons and all of that, so that's where my love for the game comes from, and that's where I'm gonna put those in the A and the others in the C. So now, moving on to 7, I did not like this one either. It's very forgettable for me. I have beaten it, but only once, and then I sold it because I didn't really like it. But yeah, I will say I liked 8 more. 7, not so good. Music kind of lacked to me. I didn't think I liked the music too much, if I remember correctly. So I'm gonna put it in a moderate position and just leave it at B. But next we've got Revelations 2. Revelations 2 is a game I liked a whole lot. The music is pretty good. The music screams Revelations 2, obviously. But I don't know if the music can really compare as the other save room musics do as the originals, but I still like the game a lot. So I will give it an A rank. I will put it in the A spot. And I feel like that's pretty deserving for the game. Next up, we've got Resident Evil 2 Remake. I put a lot of hours into this game. This game was the start of me speedrunning it, or speedrunning Resident Evil games in general. But the music, I always use the original soundtrack because they gave you that option. So I don't know if I really like the remake music that much, but I'm still gonna give it an S tier just because of how good of a game it is and how many hours I've put into it. And now that leaves us with the last one on this tier list. I know there's no 8, but it didn't really bother me too much seeing that it wasn't in here. But we've got Resident Evil 3 Remake, and this one, it's not very good game. It's a shorter game, that's for sure. And the music, it's very traumatic and just tense. It's not good Resident Evil save music, if I remember correctly, at least. If I remember correctly. But I speedrun that game a lot too, and every time I go in, play 40-45 minutes, and I'm done. Very forgettable, very short. So that's it. I tried to make this list kind of short too and kind of get through everything quickly. And yeah, that's the tier list for Resident Evil save room themes. I hope you guys like this. I like making this. I'm going to be trying to make more. I've already made, I think, 3? Is this my 4th tier list now? I think so, yeah. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. I will leave it off here, and hope you guys watch for the next video tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing another Revelations 2 raid mode. I've already got a couple lined up, ready to go. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and peace.